One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. This is a video request from the good brother Trey Day. And the question he's asking is um, should Aaliyah's parents or parents like Aaliyah's parents, should they get prison time for pretty much, in so many words, selling their kids off to R. Kelly? Well, in my opinion, there should be some punishment for what they did. I'm not gonna say they should go to prison, but I am gonna say that there's something should be done about it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, a lot of these entertainers and a lot of people that that's in that world, the things that they do is kind of crazy. They live in a lifestyle that a lot of us don't really understand because we're not in that world. You know what I'm saying? We don't really understand how that goes. And you may be a moral person and you may not understand people that live those type of ways and look at things that in that manner. They don't really care about their children. They don't care. You probably care about your child and things like that, but when money's involved, a lot of things can happen. And a lot of times they don't necessarily, I don't think they necessarily do it thinking directly like, hey, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna sell somebody over. What it's done very, very it's done in a way that you wouldn't really know it. So let me give you an example of how I think it's done. I think it goes like this. It's like on both of their parts. It's like all three people are really involved in this. It's not a one sided thing. Now, somebody like R. Kelly will have to take the blame because he is the most he's the most visible figure and he has the most influence. So he's gonna automatically have to take the hit for it. But I think all people are involved. For example, if you've been training your child for years, you've been putting them in singing lessons, you've been having them around entertainers, you've been having them in that world their whole life because that's what they want to do and you want to see them be successful. So you encourage them, you right there with them, you support them the whole way through. Now, the people you see when they become stars, that's just the first time you saw them. But they have been in those circles, they've been in those arenas, they've been around these people for a long time, especially if they're women singers, because women gonna have more access to things that men don't necessarily get at when they just starting off. Men got to work a little bit harder in the entertainment industry to become known, versus where an unknown woman who says she want to be a singer can get in rooms with top level people that men won't be able to get in those same rooms. And we know why they let them in, but that's just the truth of the matter. So you got a daughter that you've been training, she's been singing, she's been doing all these things for all this much time, and she get a chance to meet R. Kelly. So she get in the studio with R. Kelly. R. Kelly said, hey, this is what we're gonna do, this, that, and the third. The parents bring her up there. The parents at first they don't really know what's going on. They think they don't know the industry. They may not know what's going on behind the scenes. They don't really understand. So they thinking, hey, we just drop our daughter off in this professional environment and she'll be well taken care of, not realizing that that's not how that goes, right? They leave her there no matter how old she is. If this person is interested in younger people, then this is what happens. So they get involved into, they get close, they start doing things like, if y'all were old enough back in the day, Aaliyah and R. Kelly had a whole song together. He did it. He was producing her album. You see what I'm saying? He got married to her at a young age. And her parents was cool with it. Why? Because they had already built this relationship and the money was good. See, money talks when you don't have no morals and principles. So somebody can throw money in your face and you'll turn your head like you ain't see what just happened because you want the money. But when you stand on morals and principles, then the money ain't gonna entice you because what your principles is more important than any amount of money. You ain't gonna sell your soul for no money. But all of them are playing a part. She knew, I don't care what you say, 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old, they may not be 100% understanding but you're not a dummy either at that age. You kind of know what you're doing. You kind of know what you're getting yourself into, and then you can you know what you're getting into. But yes, you can also be you can get in too deep to the point where you can't do nothing about it, right? You just going with it because now here it is, it's happening, and you let it keep going. But you could just say, "Hey, I don't want to see no more." But you've been doing this your whole life, trying to get to this point. So what you're gonna do now? You're just gonna say no? Well, if you stand on morals and principles, yes. But if you built your whole life around this, and now it's not happening, it could be a problem. So that's how I see that situation. They should be held accountable in certain ways, but I can't say they should go to prison because that's kind of uh I'm kind of changing my thoughts now. I thought I was thinking that, but the more I think about it, yeah, you know what, they should go to prison because if you were with somebody that commits a murder and you were with them in the act of that murder being committed, even if you didn't pull the trigger but you participated, you still gonna face jail time for that. So yes, in this case, if they're the reason why she ended up with R. Kelly in the first place, all of them, then the parents should definitely face some prison time too because they helped facilitate the situation when they could have really just stopped it. But when people cutting checks and that check good, you act like something ain't happening. Especially if you look at your daughter and she acting like everything's cool. She not seeming like she having no problems. She being successful. She all over TV. She's very famous, and that's what you always been working for your whole lives. And she not seeming to have no problem. She may not even be telling you what's going on as a parent, but you still the reason why she's in that situation. And if you ever catch wind of something that ain't right, it's time to look into it. And then if you don't look into it and you turn your eye like you ain't see it, then you should be punished for that. Because you're the one you're supposed to be the parent. As a parent with a child, at that time, Aaliyah was like 14, 15, 16, something like that. Somebody should have been giving her proper guidance. But I think they just threw her to the wolves. And as long as the checks was coming in, if they get ready to question something, somebody hand them a check. And some people, you hand them checks, they get amnesia. They can't remember nothing, or they don't know nothing, or they even get blind. They can't see nothing as well when the check big enough. You see what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, yeah, they should have faced some time for that. But obviously that's not going to be the way. It's no benefit in them getting punished because R. Kelly's the big fish. And they get more out of him than because he did those things than they would getting the parent. Because really, they don't really care what happens to these girls. Nobody really cares at the end of the day, which is, everybody should care, but nobody really cares. They're gonna keep getting in this environment. Their parents are gonna keep doing it for the money, and it's not just entertainment. I mean, it's not just in the music industry. It's in the acting industry. It happens in every industry. Modeling. If you put your daughters in these type of environments, you can almost guarantee that they're gonna face some type of situations like that where when men are involved. You got men that's involved. You got people that got all kind of issues. You got alcohol, drugs, all that stuff is involved. You're guaranteed to have some problems in that situation because people get a little bit too comfortable and take advantage of the position that they hold. Like if you want this, then you gotta do X, Y, Z. And your parents, they don't know they can go to the parents. They think the parents are in on it because people are tricky. Those type of people can do tricky things and say tricky things in front of everybody when they really talking to that person, but they'll say it in an environment where everybody can hear it and people don't realize what they're saying and they go along with it, which convinces the victim that everybody's cool with it except for them. When really the other people don't even realize what's being said. People like that are very tricky. So when somebody say something, don't ever just take it as a joke or they just playing around or they don't mean that. Especially when they're dealing with somebody underage and you know that person spent a lot of time with them or they by themselves, they'll say a joke like, "Oh, I'm gonna do so and so to them when y'all leave," and everybody laughing like, "Oh, they ain't gonna do that. It's a joke." But what they did was, you might have thought it was a joke, but what they really did was they said that in front of the other people and they laughed. So the person who is gonna be the victim when all the people leave, They want that person to see that, see, these people don't care nothing about what's going on, even though they don't know. And the victim don't know that they don't know. They think that it's all good and nobody's gonna help me. So that person then say, well, see, they don't care nothing about when they leave. See, I told you they don't care nothing about you. And then they that person is they won't go tell. They'll say, well, see, you should go and telling them because ain't nobody gonna be able to do nothing about it. So that's the game that these type of people play. So I'm just saying, in the end of the day, yeah, I changed my mind. They should go to prison. Anybody who put in their kid or anybody in that situation should definitely go to prison. The parents should be charged and get the same amount of time as the person who is as the main perpetrator. All of them should get time for putting children in that type of environment, for putting children in that type of situation. And if you know somebody that's putting children in that type of situation, say something. Because a child is they don't know what they're getting themselves into a lot of times. And I'm probably contradicting myself, but I take the child out of the equation. All the adults, people over a certain age, should be the one charged, not a child who's just trying to pursue a career. You should be able to try to pursue whatever career you want to pursue without being worried about something happening to you. But unfortunately, in the music business or anything entertainment wise, women are usually going to be abused, especially when they're young and people are money hungry. If you're going to take your child to be in any type of entertainment, you better you better make sure you can be everywhere they're going to be at all times. Never a time of, oh, I'm going to just leave them there and let them do their thing. Absolutely not. If you ain't going to be there, or somebody that you trust, that you know got their best interest in mind going to be there, then they don't need to be there. Don't leave them alone with no one, because you don't know what these people are capable of. They can sing, they got talent, they all of that, and they can put on a persona for the public, but in reality, they be something else. The same thing with these parents. They come on TV acting like they're concerned, acting like they care. They just want the money. There's a lot of people out here like that. They'll sacrifice their kids for the money. So yes, they all should be locked up, the parents and everybody. Don't give them no breaks. They all should go down together. If you're gonna take this one down, take the parents down with them. The parents was all in on it, and you're not gonna tell me you never found out, because everybody heard about it. I'm not even that close. I'm not even in the industry. You're not in the industry, but you done heard about all the rumors and stuff that was going on with him back in the day. And those of us who was old enough back in the day to listen to the music, we heard the rumors then. So if we heard them, you know that people that was closer to him heard them, but they didn't do nothing about it. So yes, I think they all should go to prison if they put their child or anybody's child in that situation. They should be punished just like the person who committed the crime. Y'all take care.